Hey there, YouTube. How's it going? Back for episode 10 of Bobo and Friends podcast. I am your host, Calvin Bobo, with my
And
co host,
I'm Derek
Derek.
Moreland in the building.
How's it going, Derek?
Same old, man. Keeping it low key.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about these first two games of the 2018 edition of the NBA Finals. So
Um, one
um
one good game, one disaster of a game.
okay.
Um, the first game, despite what people want to say, J.R. Smith was a dummy, but and he did something that he should have been more aware. However, he was not the reason that they lost the game. I think not being able to score in that overtime lost in the game, and LeBron not having no points in that overtime lost them that game. I just and it just imploded for them by then. When they went on that run, I was like, oh boy. When they got to overtime, I thought they might lose. I kind of had a feeling that they was going to lose.
Okay. So game one for me was a big blow to Cleveland's attempt to compete in the series. For me, it was just a huge loss because they checked all the boxes in that game one. You you out rebounded Golden State. You went toe to toe with them. You had way more offensive rebounds than they did. So you limited you gave yourself extra shot attempts, and by out rebounding them, you limit their multiple extra shot attempts, right?
Right.
So and you're able to withstand their infamous third quarter runs they like to go on, right?
Which they really didn't make much of one in that first
Well,
game. They
but
made
they
one,
tried to.
but
They tried to, but Cleveland was able to counter.
they minimized it. Yeah, they minimized it.
So to me, you prevented that. You took them you took them out of their game, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so yes, it's supposed to be a close game, right? So um my thing, the J.R. Smith debacle, yes, that's a debacle in my opinion. However, George Hill has to make that free throw.
Yeah.
And here's where George Hill had to make that free throw. Everybody, I'm gonna say everybody on that bench, everybody on that court assumed he was gonna make that shot. I even sat here in the comfort of my own home and I assumed he was gonna make that shot. When I heard 80% career
Yeah.
free
Yeah.
throw
Yeah.
percentage,
Money
career,
almost.
I
Yeah.
go, oh, he got this. We just gotta watch what they do with 4 seconds left,
Oh,
right?
they should have been up by two if he makes both of them, right?
No, they only
Or at
been up
least
by
one.
one because
They
he
would have been
made
up
one
by
of them.
one.
He made the first one that tied the game up.
Right.
So the second one would have gave him a 1 point lead.
Right.
So my thing is, and to me, what J.R. Smith did was the reason why his mistake was a huge debacle because it threw everybody off. Nobody didn't know what the heck he was doing to the point where LeBron, the coaching staff, everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
Doing
So
right.
nobody's even in their right mind to go timeout. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So um yeah, and here's my thing, which kind of came out late last night, early today. They
You talking
have
about that video?
they have the video of him of them walking back to the bench immediately after the debacle, and LeBron is beside himself. He ain't say anything to nobody. He sits there. J.R. Smith's sitting there looking crazy in the face. George Hill, deer in the headlights look. So, like a minute passed, right? A minute passed where Tyronn Lue is talking to the main coaches, the three coaches that can sit on the bench with him, over by the free throw line. He walks back over. LeBron say, "Did we have any timeouts left?" Tyronn Lue informed them they had one or two left. LeBron lost it. LeBron was done. LeBron might as well have just got up and went to the locker room the way he responded to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
wow. Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was, dude, it was childlike.
Oh, he went off on, was he going off on J.R. Smith or just the situation?
He was just going off on a situation. He had like a paper towel in his hand. He put his hand in the towel. He ducked his head down. So at this point, the players who aren't going in the game, they trying to get riled up. You know what I'm saying? They trying to rally the troops and whatnot. And an assistant coach is like tapping LeBron on the back. Jeff Green put his hand on LeBron's head, like, dude, come on, we got to move on. And to me, that right there is why they came out flat in overtime and just totally laid down in that overtime frame.
Yeah, so, you gotta mentally be able to bounce back from that, though. And I ain't questioning his mental toughness.
You have to forget last play. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be pissed too, but you have to. He has to forget that last play. He has to go, all right, I'm not about to let this 50-point performance go to waste. We still got a shot at this. We got 5 more minutes. We just gotta we have to look past it like it never did happen. You know, because what if Golden State, what if J.R. Smith doesn't grab the rebound and Golden State grabs the ball and calls a timeout? You see what I'm saying? Like, you still got to fight through that, right? You still got to play a defensive possession, and it's tied. So you got to make sure they miss so that you can get the overtime.
Right.
So you still, the odds are in your favor since he missed that free throw, or the odds of you still, you're still hopeful for overtime. You know? So, I don't know. I just, to me, I think that was, I know it's the J.R. Smith screw up that started the domino, but to me, being the best player and leader on that team, he had to be the one that's going, hey, we not losing this game. We are not losing this game. And
to me, overtime should have been his time. He should have took that game over, actually, in my opinion. That's not the type of player he is. I get that. But at some point, that's where you need to be that guy to take that shit over and be like, dude, I got this. Like you said, if it's going down, it ain't going down on my watch. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about him passing to George Hill to even set up that free throw attempt? You know, from what I've seen on social media,
he was open.
A lot of Jordan and Kobe lovers felt that he should have he shouldn't have passed it. He should have just tried to win the game on his own.
I will say this as a Martel dude, no more. I don't even want to do.
No, I didn't. I'm not going. I'm just saying.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. But just from here on forward,
do you think? Do you? But are you? No. You don't have a problem with that?
Do I have a problem with him going? If he was open, no, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, you know good, because I agree. I just wanted to know what you thought, because
if he was open, however, if you are close to the rim, right, and you can make a play, you could have got an and one.
Who?
Him, LeBron. He could have got an and one.
He wasn't close to the rim.
Oh, okay.
He was at the 3-point line. He was He was in 3 point. He was at the 3 point
Who
line.
LeBron was?
Yes, when he passed it to
Okay.
George Hill had cut, and Klay Thompson, who wasn't 100%.
Right.
Excuse me, he wasn't 100%. He had to. So when George Hill cut, if he didn't foul George Hill, it was going to be a wide open layup. So I thought it was a very smart play.
Yeah,
To
he'll make the play. I had no issue with him passing. I just had an issue with him missing the freaking free throw.
And to me,
80%.
and to me, Golden State is a smart team where they're going to foul you. They're not going to give up that play. They'll take their chances and send you to the line. So to me, even if LeBron holds the ball and tries to work his magic, there's a good chance. I rather would have had George Hill at the foul line than LeBron at the foul line.
Yeah, but they started hacking somebody. I can't remember who it was. One of the Cleveland players who's not good. Oh, Larry Nance, I think.
Probably Tristan Thompson, actually.
Yeah, it might have been Tristan Thompson. They started hacking him, and because neither one of them are real good at the line. But at some point, they started doing that, and he was splitting them.
So yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with, in my opinion, with Game 1, and man, after watching Game 2 and seeing how Golden State was real aggressive, they pushed the tempo, dude. That's why it was important for them to steal that Game 1, because Golden State learned from their mistakes from Game 1. They were like, okay,
I think they essentially ended the series, in my opinion, to the other night.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I do.
You got to at least give Cleveland a chance at home to try to redeem themselves, at least, right?
Well, I think that first game hurt, bro. I mean, I think
I'm not saying that. So, okay,
to play that well.
I guess what you're trying to say is, no matter what, because of Game 1, losing Game 1, you feel the series is over regardless.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I do. I don't blame you for that line of thinking because they blew one.
Because that game was well in their grasp. They did everything right. Like you said, they did everything they could do. He did everything he could do until overtime. He did everything he could do. Like you said, they checked all the boxes.
But let's say Cleveland. What if Cleveland ties it up 2-2? Don't you think whatever happened in Game 1 it has to be a thing of the past?
If they tie it up, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You at least got to give Cleveland a shot to try to tie this thing up before you say it's effectively over. Now, if you want to speculate on that and say, based on what you've seen, and you can go, and you got a decent sample size from these two teams in two different conferences due to the fact that they've played in two finals together and they play each other twice in the regular season. We got
a lot to
you got 5 games last year. You got 7. You got 9 games to break this all down. And I think Cleveland's probably only won one of those 9 games.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So to say that you're not too far off. But I just would like to think that I want to at least give Cleveland give them a shot with 2 on a court to try to keep the series alive. Let's put it that way.
I think then the only reason I think it's essentially, I think because of Golden State being the team that they are, I don't think they're going to fall asleep Wednesday because they know they got away with one and they won it. Now it's like, dude, we can't do that again. And you never know. They tend to lose interest. They do tend to lose interest. They may have 15 turnovers in game Wednesday and give this game to Cleveland. They might say, hell, we got 2.
Right.
If they Dude, if they tie it up, it's a whole different series. I still don't think they can win it, but it will go 7. I believe if they tie it up, it's going 7.
Right.
It's going 7.
Right.
I do have a beef with the media. I do have a beef with the media, and they do this. I shouldn't even have a beef. I know better. I have a beef, first of all, with them trying to clown on him for leaving the podium, which I would have done.
Dude.
I would have done that. And I have a problem with you trying to get this man to throw his teammate under the bus. And we know that's what you were trying to do. Oh, he's well respected at ESPN. No, dude, he might be well respected, but he on that bullshit. Excuse my French. He on that bull, man. He trying to get that man to throw that dude under the bus.
Right.
He probably did privately. I'm sure he let him know about it privately. I wouldn't doubt that he wouldn't. But to think that he was actually gonna give you something right there, come on, dude. Come on.
Well, it was the way he did it, man. It was kind of funny.
He kept pressing. He's like, well, so what was he thinking? I don't know. He's like, I don't know.
Well, I could see the media clowning him for it because he did. Dude, he had a big old man purse, dude, in his hand, dude.
They talking about. I have to send you this YouTube video that somebody shared with me,
dude.
Bro, it is absolutely hilarious.
Dude, when I saw that, I go, why does he have a purse?
Dude, that's all they've been clowning. That's a lot of people clowning on him about that now.
Don't get me wrong. I know why he has a purse. I mean, he probably had headphones in there. He probably had a iPad, 2 cell phones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay. To each his own, right? But it just seemed funny the way he just stormed off and with a purse in his hand.
Yeah, that was funny. That is funny.
So I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of comical, actually. I thought it was funny.
I wasn't even mad at him about it. People were, but I wasn't even mad at him about it. Like,
no, heck no, I wasn't mad at him. It was just funny to me. Yeah, but the media gonna get you for that. If you don't answer their question and you basically storm off like, yeah, I'm not answering your dumb behind question.
He did pout. Now that was pouting. He did. Huh? He did. No, it wasn't pouting. It wasn't pouting.
No, that wasn't pouting.
That wasn't pouting.
That was just he was tired of
the dumb question.
What's the dude's name?
Mark Schwartz.
Yeah, his the way he kept trying to reframe the question to get LeBron to give him something.
And he told him, he said, dude, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. And I'm not doing that with you.
Right.
I'm not doing that with you.
Right.
So, yeah.
No.
And I don't care how well respected he is. You know better than that. You know better than that. That's about as bad as what were you thinking when you took that shot? That's the one I hate too. What were you thinking about when you took that shot?
Well, I do agree, dude. In those press conferences, it's always a setup,
right?
Especially for the loser, the losing team. Right. The winning team, not so much. But the losing team,
could you imagine if he had thought, yeah, he knew exactly what was going on, and I don't know what he was going on.
Well, if you look at the actual regular replay, you see him when LeBron James is looking at him going, "What the hell were you doing?" He looks shocked. He looking up at the score. He goes, "I thought we had it." He thought they had the lead.
No, I guess what I'm saying is, what if he had been honest and told him, yeah, he messed up? Could you imagine what they would?
Well, it's obvious. It's obvious he messed up. It's just one of them things where it's not LeBron's place to state that he messed up.
Right, but what I'm saying is, what if he'd have been honest and answered that question honestly? Could you just imagine,
dude?
Could you just imagine? Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking, man. He knew we didn't have any timeout, so I'm not really sure. He knew it was tied. He should have been aware. Dude, he done threw him under the bus. The media would have ran with that. They would have ate that up. And
Well,
Stephen A. Smith would have been on there, with his foolishness, his
well,
hyperbole.
the way I look at it, all Cleveland has to do is win tomorrow, and
Dude, they need both of these games. They don't
and
need to just
and
win tomorrow.
and win the next game.
I was gonna say they need both of these games. They don't
Then
need to just
all
win tomorrow.
then everything from game one is a thing of the past at that point.
If people let it go,
No, you would no. It don't matter if people let it go. The players, the coaches, the Cavaliers have to let it go. LeBron has to let it go.
Dude, they probably already have, but they just couldn't get it together in game two. I mean, it wasn't nothing.
Dude, LeBron ain't gonna get over that, in my opinion, until they win. To me, all of them aren't gonna get over it till they win.
Yeah,
I think it lingers. I think. But
yeah.
Hopefully, I'm wrong, and they'll come out. They'll come out firing like playing to a level like they did game one, and hopefully they'll win and whatnot. So, but yeah, and then game two, man. I mean, game two, Golden State just brought it, and even when Cleveland tried to stick around, Curry just
Steph
like
Curry had 9 threes in that game, bro.
yeah,
He went off.
dude.
It was like there was nothing they could do.
Dude, JaVale McGee's like, he come out
That was a good
immediately
adjustment
getting
for
dunks.
Steve Kerr. That
right?
was a good adjustment.
Then
they may not need Iggy, man, if they
and then
continue to win.
Sean Livingston was like 6 of 6 in game two.
No, I think that was JaVale McGee that was 6 for 6.
No, I think it was Livingston.
No. Look it up real quick.
I'm looking at it right now. Here, so yes, McGee was 6 of 6. I'm sorry, Livingston was 5 of 5. You're right.
Yeah.
Dude, so you got two role
people
players.
that wasn't missing shots.
JaVale McGee only plays 18 minutes. He starts, but he only plays 18 minutes, and he goes 6 of 6.
And
12 points.
Oh,
12 points.
Duh.
Sean Livingston, 15 minutes off the bench. 5 of 5, 10 points. And 5 rebounds. I mean, come on.
Yep.
You letting them so these dudes is playing when obviously Livingston's on the court when Curry's not. So Curry's already lighting them up. When he taking a break, here's the backup point guard not missing. So that's the I mean they got to do something, but we'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow night we'll see if they can stop this bleeding. So I mean that's all I got as far as I mean obviously game one was the main one to really touch on. Game two
just was out of hand.
I will say this though. The officiating is suspect though.
In game one it was.
In game two, I thought it was a little off in game two, man.
It wasn't much better, but it was better.
Yeah. So so here let's go ahead and move off from the finals, right? Dude. So the last time we were on this pod, we had discussed the little Twitter fiasco with the Philadelphia's front office guy, Brian Colangelo, right? Mm-hmm. So, dude, did you hear LeBron give his little zinger in reference to that little mess?
I did not.
So what happened was the Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert had sent some tweets out before the game, basically trying to justify the way the media took it was trying to justify the Kyrie Irving trade.
Oh,
Kyrie
when he
Irving
was
said that,
talking about, oh, I know what you're
right?
talking about. When
So,
he said he basically talked to them and was like, dude, that's not a good
so,
idea.
so say that again.
When he basically was, when
Oh no,
LeBron
no. Okay.
basically was
So,
like,
so right, right.
yeah,
So, so
yeah,
okay. So what
yeah.
happened was they asked LeBron, what did LeBron think of the tweets that Dan Gilbert sent? LeBron said, "Well, I ain't on social media right now, so I don't even know what he tweeted." And LeBron go, "But did he do it from his own Twitter account?" And
Ooh,
he even made the little drum sound. He went, chum, chum, you know,
yeah.
like I did that on purpose.
Wow. It's
And
obviously he got no love for that dude, man.
so no, but the jab was at Brian Colangelo. The
I know who it was at, but that
that's
was
what I'm
funny.
saying. So
That's
so
kind of
so
funny.
so he really flipped it. So instead of saying it, he just was like, well, basically, if he did it from his own Twitter account, we good.
Right.
So, dude, when I heard that, I said, yeah, Philly got to get rid of him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
any potential free agents, they gon'
They ain't
they
gonna
gon'
want to go there.
they gonna
LeBron
be
sure ain't gonna want to go there
yeah,
now.
they're gonna be looking at them with side eye. Um so that's my take on that. So, dude, so what do you think about um the Philadelphia Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles um not going to the White House to meet with the president? You got any thoughts on that?
Man. Honestly, I just wish this junk would go away. To be honest with you, NFL didn't make it better with this rule. With this rule, Trump is a bitter, and I remember now what since before we got online, he mad. I think he's still sore because the NFL wouldn't let his behind in, and that's really what that boils down to. Because he's doing everything he can to, you know, get on the NFL, and anything the NFL do, he gonna make a statement about. Which to me personally, I think you need to be doing other things that's more important than fighting with the NFL.
Well,
Um, and I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a baby move of him to cancel it because they didn't tell him how much that about the situation about how many people were going to be there. I think that's silly. That's him being a piss pod, basically. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I mean, there's definitely
There's some
some
animosity there,
grandstanding.
sure.
But dude, when I mean all this all started when he referred to NFL players as SOBs.
Yeah,
You know, and and he it came out of his mouth. You know,
yeah. I
so
heard the sound bite.
yeah.
He did.
So ever since then, and he already had a lot of NFL players, a lot of people didn't like him in the first place. So for
He
him to
did.
do that, it only got him riled up, and then you got LeBron today stating, yeah, I don't think whoever wins this series, there won't be a visit from the NBA champs. And Curry,
Oops.
Curry immediately after agreed with LeBron's opinion. He says, "Yes, I agree with LeBron." And here's the reason why: Golden State didn't go last year.
Nope, they didn't.
So
Dude, ain't nobody trying to deal with him, man.
why would they go
This
if
year,
they exactly? And as LeBron saying, "Hey, if we somehow win this, we don't plan on going."
that's
So
hilarious.
I don't know. I wonder when you have the NFL um for whatever reason, cancellation, changing of the schedule, whoever side. The point is, all these over the tradition of the champions of these leagues visiting the White House. Why now? Who you can't say that the professional athletes have changed, right?
No,
You
no.
know, it's one person.
Yeah.
It's one person.
And then the whole well, frankly, if you can't stand up for the anthem, you don't need to be in this country. That was some
I
mess
know.
too.
I know.
That was a mess too. So he doing whatever. He's so divisive, and he really is.
Well, you got to admit he's doing a very good job at it, right?
Of course he is, because
I
we're
mean,
still
well,
talking about it.
and all he cares about is his base, his base, his base, his conservative base loves that. They because he's saying what they're thinking.
Right.
If he wasn't, if his base didn't like it, they would be like, yeah, you're wrong for that.
Dude, most people, most of his base agree with him.
Of
I'm sure.
course, that's why he does it. That's why he does it. That's why he said it, because he was not going to upset his base by making that claim, by making those comments, whatever it is, whether it's the comments from last October or whether it's the comments this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's but getting my whole point is the whole anthem protest, the NFL trying to fix this and make it go away. It's not going away.
Nah.
It's not.
And this ain't even about Kaepernick no more.
Huh?
I mean, this ain't even about Kaepernick.
Well, it really isn't, because he's obviously not in the league, but he's the one that started it, right? He's the and he's the one that's kind of paying the price for it the most, right? I mean,
No.
and that's the thing that really ticks me off is all the players that kneeled that day in October. They wasn't kneeling for the same reason Kaepernick was. To me, they were kneeling because they were referred to as son of a bitches.
Right. Well, somebody brought
And
up
to
today,
me,
I think it was Clay Travis, was talking about today on Outkick that maybe the NFL ought to start, because he doesn't believe, this is his opinion, and I don't know if I'm kind of on the fence with this. He said, dude, if I'm running a business, I don't care what you do outside of my business, but when it started affecting my bottom line, do what you got to do in business when you working with me. When we're in business, but whatever you do out of that, I'll support you. You know what I'm saying? He was thinking maybe if they because he was saying that the networks didn't meet budget last year. I think they missed it by 600 million or some crazy number like that. He was saying that what would happen if the NFL started taking 20% of they pay, the players pay for that, having to recoup that money.
Well, hey, if ratings continue to go down, that will happen. When the next collective bargaining agreement rolls around, it's always based off of what they make from the television contracts, right?
Right.
So if CBS, ESPN, Fox, all NBC, if they all losing money, and when they get to the negotiating table, we normally pay, what is it? I want to say it doesn't DirecTV pay. Dude, I don't want to misquote it, dude.
They pay a lot. That's all you need to know.
Well, I believe the NFL makes like $1 billion.
They do, and
from just the television rights, right?
Right, and 47% of that goes to the players. By the way.
Okay. So if the ratings go down, and they're like, yeah, we're only getting $650 million, not the typical billion we've got the last 10 years, then that's going to affect how much the players make. They're going to drop the salary cap. You're going to see some smaller contracts. Now, it's really going to affect the mid players. This guaranteed, the 8-year veteran is guaranteed 1.5 million. that may come down, right?
Right.
So yeah, if the ratings continue to fall, they'll feel it.
Yeah.
But
So he was like, dude, just do what you got to do for business purposes. Play ball, do what you got to do for the national anthem, and handle that junk off. Do that stuff. Deal with that off field.
right,
And I agree with that to a degree. Like, dude,
and and and,
just go ahead and
and
do
if
what
you
you got to do.
if you don't, you might be looking for work. Well, see, and I think that's the crazy thing is I don't think Kaepernick's looking for work.
He's not. In fact, he's not
I
even
think
giving any interviews. He's not really talking to anybody about
exactly.
anything.
So here it is.
They seem to care more about him getting back on than he does.
To me, the best.
Honestly.
I agree. To me, the best thing, the what I do like to see is he did it and he totally believed in what he did and stood by what he did to the point where, okay, well, I didn't think it would come to this, but so be it.
Right.
You see
Well,
what I'm saying?
my thing is, and you can't compare our line of work to what they do, but at the same time, you can compare it as far as the rules stand goes. We couldn't do that at a job. We couldn't do that at Convergence. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't be like, yeah, we not coming in today. They were fires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people might not agree, but I agree. I think, dude, handle
Or
your
if
business.
you're at work and you're showing up to work and you're protesting.
Right.
You can't do it.
You start messing with their money.
Or you can do it, but you might find yourself out of work.
Obviously, they can't do that on the NFL level because that would just really kill their bottom line. But what they can do, like he was saying, was like, dude, y'all either gonna, just do what y'all got to do for right now. We don't mind y'all protesting. Just do it.
But that's what they're doing. They're doing that. I don't understand why that's being thrown out there as if they're not.
They're not, though. The NFL is not. They're not. They're saying, well,
no. I thought you were referring to the guy telling the players to do what they got to do.
No, the guys telling the players to do what they got to do off the field, but as long as you working, go ahead and do what these people ask you to do.
But they put the the national anthem policy in place, basically saying we need you to do this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
they did already do it. Then in effect, they did already do it, except for they're not taking their money.
Right, but when you have the I mean, I don't care, the president of the United States is the most influential figure in our country, right?
Yeah.
When he says, which he said yesterday on Twitter, staying in the locker room is just as bad as kneeling.
He said that's a cop out.
That's where the divisiveness come from. Instead of just keeping that comment to yourself and accepting that there's some sort of compromise, nah, y'all did all right, but it's still unacceptable in my opinion. And his base is like, yeah, that's how you tell them, Donald.
Right.
That's how you
get them. Basically, that's how you get them boys in line, Donald. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what that boils down to. Dude. I ain't trying to get into no racist deal, but that's basically what that is.
I don't know, man. It's I don't know. Yeah, and that's why I don't that's why I don't really like getting into politics, man, because everybody is too touchy. Everybody is so touchy, and they're so touchy that what they feel, if it's the only right way, how they think and their views are the only correct views. And
right, that's why I can separate the two. Like, I might not agree with you, but I can understand why you feel that way. You know?
Yeah, nowadays, dude, the way I just think the way the people are able to get their the way they're able to look up their views. Let's put it that way. Um, everybody finds their favorite website and they only get their news from that website.
Yeah, because the
And
media controls that
guess what?
narrative like
But
that.
dude, they're not even the media. A lot of those sites are blogs that look like professional media outlets.
Right. Right.
So, and what it is you like their commentary, you like their, their content. You stick to that and you believe in that content, but whether it's right or wrong, it aligns with your views. So you're like, you're like, hey, this is where I get my news from. So you follow them on Twitter, you follow them on Facebook. Then you might come across something else. You're not even, and I mean, as you know what's sad though, where the only way to get the middle of the middle angle on a lot of these things, is from your local newspaper.
Yeah.
But nobody reads the newspaper anymore.
Yep. And they
Because
don't even put
when
them
you
online now.
because when you get the newspaper, it's yesterday's news.
Yeah, because everything is so instantaneous now, news wise.
I've read, because obviously I moved to a different state and different area. I wanted to read the local newspaper to get more familiarized with, the local news and whatnot. So my easiest way was to read the newspaper, and I would obviously go through the main section and look at world news and other stuff. And I'm like, this seems to be real objectional and straight down the middle, not leaning to one side or another. Now, I don't know if every newspaper is like that, but that's just what I've experienced the last few months since I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, let's go ahead and end this political talk and let's wrap
Indeed.
this bad boy up, man. So, we'll definitely get back together and do this again. Uh, Probably before game 4 because
Yeah.
is game 4 Friday?
It should be. They'll be in Cleveland, so there should be no reason for a 2-day. Although there was a 2-day workout, there was a 2-day, and they was in Golden State, so you never.
Okay,
know.
so so maybe we will hook up. Okay, we'll definitely try to hook up this weekend. Saturday.
I picked Cleveland to bounce back though in this game.
Okay.
I think they win game 3.
If this game ends up being a something to talk about, then we may have to hook up before game
Thursday,
4.
Bro.
Thursday or Friday, yeah. If I get as heated as I was after game 1, we may have to go live right after the game.
I'll be ready for it if you do.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap this bad boy up, man. So nice chat with you.
Don't forget to hit them likes, people.
Yes, like,
subscribe,
even drop a comment.
Have you started putting it on social
media?
Twitter, tweeting it?
It goes out to Twitter whenever I go live.
Okay.
I only have an option so far through the YouTube site to Google Plus and Twitter.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't use Google Plus at all. I have a Google Plus account, but I don't use it. So
gotcha. Okay.
All right. So take care, man. Yep.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Take care, YouTube.
Later.